Okay, it's really safe. It is safe, but during
what's up? We weren't expecting anyone. Look at this guy. Hi. Who are you guys?
Well, Mamelodi for me will be a representation of many other so-called townships. We call them townships, the outskirts of towns.
I can say Mamelodi is one of the very big township at the eastern part of Pretoria. It's very much, it's a good area, fast growing.
My favorite part of Mamelodi is here. This place, they call it Lusaka. As you can hear the name Lusaka. It's not from, it's from where? Zambia, somewhere there. Which means these people, they fight for this place, you see. There were no development here. So they fight for this thing, they develop while they're staying here. They put electricity, they put water while they're still here. You see.
Okay, my name is Mike Mahlangu. I'm from Mpumalanga. This is my place. I'm a student at the University of Pretoria doing BA in psychology. And basically, this guy just came over our house and interviewed us. And yeah, man.
How's it, Joe? How you doing? The name? Jerry Ndlovu. My mother tongue name is Nkululeko, but I like to cut it short and just make it my AKA. So a lot of cats around here call me Nkuli.
You can enjoy yourself in Mamelodi a lot. You can have fun. You can meet people all around. Yeah, that's best of Mamelodi.
Okay, let's start on the road. When you're on the road, there's so many cars. Well, obviously not new cars, but there's so many cars, which means that the mode of transport is there. Then when you've got easy movement, when people can be able to transport it from one point to another, then it's a first sign that life is good.
South Africa is not a village. You know, like as a lot of people would say, you know, you expect people wearing leather thingies, hunting tools, you know, hunting.
Some say he's seen the Lion King 1,780 times, and that his second best friend is a Cape buffalo. All we know is he's not the Stig, but he is the Stig's African cousin.
We got TV, we got microwaves, we got HiFis. So South Africa is not a village, and it has a lot of energy into it, you know. If you are an investor, I would say place your investment in South Africa, especially Mamelodi. Why? Because this is where a lot of things happen. Because South Africa is like composed of a lot of cultures. And I think it's by far the only country in the world that has 11 official languages, you know.
And just here at the campus, meeting people, knowing different languages, you just get to know people better and stuff.
And you, what do you enjoy?
Mamelodi.
Yes.
To someone that I enjoy.
Huh?
What I enjoy.
Yeah, what you enjoy?
In Mamelodi, it's like, man, I can get all the chicks I want. Seriously, I'm telling the truth on this one.
People of Mamelodi are good people, loving people.
Mamelodi is one of the most beautiful townships in South Africa. And then Mamelodi have those big guys like Solomon Mahlangu, you know, Stanza Bopape, the former Miss SA.
Mamelodi has participated in the liberation struggle of this country. You get most of the freedom fighters, activists and so forth came from Mamelodi. Hence, Solomon Mahlangu is one of the first cadres to be executed by the apartheid regime was from Mamelodi.
So as well as we were living like our parents told us, our background, what it was like during the 70s, the 60s, you know, there was no life like
This
right
time,
now.
Because no
People
Mamelodi.
were suffering, people were doing each and everything that they forced them to do, especially about this apartheid, you know. So we think right now we are lucky we can afford to do each and everything that we like. Back then, there was no such a thing. You know, you can do this. You know, they were under pressure. You know, they are hot chicks, eh?
beautiful ones. It's like, unlike where I come from, it's like more. I come from a rural area where you find that everything's morals, values. It's like you have to respect. But here, I got nobody to respect. Just do things on my own. But I like on my own with my own time, you know. So that's what I like about Mamelodi. I'm free, you know. I get to see all these things, you know. It's like I'm in a movie.
My name is Ramey Graham and I'm from Ridgeland, Mississippi.
My name is Drew Francis. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama.
My name is Eric Hansen and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
We're doing camps here in South Africa. This is our third week of camp here at Mamelodi. It's been wonderful. I love camp ministry and I've been doing camp back in the States for the past 3 summers. But this is my first summer overseas, first time in South Africa. And so we're doing camp ministry here in the townships.
It's just been amazing. It's my first time in Africa. I've loved it. It's been a little bit different than what I've expected. I guess I suspected all of Africa to be the bush.
Before I landed, I thought this is going to be really different. It's going to be a really small airport. It's going to be nothing like we see in the States, but the airport and just Joburg and outside the airport, everything that I was experiencing was very similar. It was a big city, it was very westernized. You saw the tall buildings, you saw the business people, you saw everything westernized. So it was very similar to, different from my expectations, basically.
You know, when it's as you kind of come further and further into into Mamelodi, and you know first you go through the kind of the squatter camps, and you get closer and closer, and you really see a growing, thriving, I would say, community that continues to grow and build, you know, upon itself.
Mamelodi for me is like it's a very diverse society. It's a township whereby you meet different people. We got people from Malawi here, we got people from, you know, all over. Debeles, Zulus, Tswanas, your Pedis, your Xhosas. It's not quiet. It's very, you know, vibrant. It's you know, it's everything, man. You can get anything. We've got our spachos, you know, everything you can get it here.
How long did you live in Mamelodi?
I was born in Mamelodi.
You were born in Mamelodi. Okay.
Mamelodi is a great place to be. I mean, everyone enjoys being in
Mamelodi. It boggles my imagination that you could get that much diversity into such a small area.
But yeah, this is basically our story of Mamelodi.
Mamelodi was just a place where there wasn't any housing, there was a lot of farms. During the apartheid government, it was portioned to black people, abiding by their rules and regulations of segregation.
The Arts Center was established out of a need by local artists to have a body that could source out funds that could assist them in their projects and so forth. And it has developed a lot of artists also in terms of music, drama, literature.
Life has its own way of dealing with itself, the never-ending ways of its own revival, starting with the celebration of the rites of its own spring, turning ordinary mortals into supermortals. The glare of the scorching sun and smiles, merriment through song, drumming and dance, bringing life into the souls and spirits of living beings, summoning natural forces into continuous dance. Preach Preachers heavy, strong and powerful, working long and painful hours, ushering in the elements of pompous autumn with their stoic and arrogant nature. Burning of dead wood on chilly winter nights, beckoning lights on thick threatening nights, indicative of gradually withdrawing creatures into their crevices, scurrying for shelter and warmth.
So whenever you're ready.
Yep. Ready.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Joey Matlala from the Mamelodi Heritage Forum. Currently, I'm working with a group of 5 artists. That is Fanzile Masombuga. As you can see, most of these works in front of me here are from his studio. As a visual artist, my point of departure is about social enhancement, and that means using the arts to try to indicate, social ills and then even remedies thereof. How can we come about, evils that are within our communities, but using art as an art form, than just a remedy.
Art says a lot about our history. Also says a lot about where people want to go and how people feel, So it's just a matter of getting the people's emotions through the arts, putting them on platform, canvas, paper, pen, instrument, and it's growing wide. It's growing, it's getting more attention because of what the people see arts can do, A lot of youngsters who are, I could say, drug addicts or criminals have converted, through those initiatives and taken up art, as their daily sustenance. And it's something beautiful because art has changed a lot of people.
We find relief.
Yeah.
Kuti. We find relief. I'm free from drugs, free from alcohol, from the spirit of Muti and witchcraft. That's why I sing the song saying Kuti. Yeah, it's a song that everyone can sing after prison, after bondage. Kuti, Amen. Hallelujah, Amen.
We've produced Dr. Philip Matawan, who's a proficient musician. We've got Vusi Matlasela, Don Laga. Just to mention a few, they are internationally renowned, but they were born and bred here in Mamelodi. If ever you have somebody that is trying to practice as an artist, please do give this person the necessary support, because he or she is going to be an ambassador, a cultural ambassador, than just somebody who's making money out of practicing their own culture. And then by so saying, I'm trying also to do the same, make my art to teach.
My name is Morena Lina Machela. I'm born in 1971, 21 November. I've got 2 kids and I'm married. I live here in Mamelodi.
So what do you guys want to be when you grow up? What's your name?
I'm the head of department.
Okay.
Now I'm offering life skills in grade 3.
I'm going to be
teacher.
The name Metsabuphelo, it's a Sotho name, or a not Sotho name, or Pedi name, of which is one of the 11 official languages of South Africa. It's a name that means water of life. Why we regard ourselves as a water of life? Our motto says that Tuto Kisidiba Sabopedo, meaning that we regard ourselves as a fountain where our learners and our customers will come and drink this holy water.
You're not wrong when you're saying H2O is water, but Reina, remedy Arena, Akuha Alimpo, Dimu, Ayakotabem, Katobotan.
Les dimanches à Bamako, c'est le jour de mariage. C'est le jour de mariage. Les djembés et les dounous résonnent partout. Les balas et les tamas résonnent partout. La kora et le ngoni sont aussi au rendez-vous. Les dimanches à Bamako, c'est le jour de mariage.
Why do you think that this center is important to the community?
I think it's very important because the people of Mamelodi didn't know how to save water, even the children themselves. That is why we started this program in schools. Because we were not, the people were not aware how to save water. Even if the pipe is burst, they didn't know where to report it. But I think now if we deliver the message to the children, they are the ones who are running around the streets so they can able to tell their parents that if the pipe is burst like this, we must do this. And the reason why we are starting with the school children is because at schools is where the education started. And then they can deliver the messages at home. That is why we started here in the community. I think it's benefiting the people of Mamelodi. Because even other parents, they are interested to come to our center to learn more about what is happening, what is a waste, what are you talking about when you say waste? What is it? What is energy? And they are able, in order for them not to spend more than what they were not supposed to spend.
Victoria, Maria. I'm sick, I'm tired. It's too hot. It's too hot. Oh, GTC, Lijigale, Zanini, Scalabara, Strombesi, Scalabara, TKC.
When we started here, we had problems because I suppose this school was built by a petrol company called Trek, if I'm not mistaken, yes. And then somewhere along the line, you know, the monies were exhausted and we had to do paving ourselves, we have to do a lot of things ourselves, and it was difficult because the parent community of this school, a lot of them are unemployed. And to make ends meet, you know, it was a difficult task. But yes, God was on our side, you know, with sponsors, with people from outside, because I don't keep my mouth shut. I talk to a lot of people, and we managed to put up paving, we managed to paint some other classes, like you can see now with the sports field, with the cricket field, it's happening.
Okay, my name is Mpelecheng Octavia Manaso. I'm from Limpopo province. I came here at Gauteng, specifically at Mamelodi, Pretoria, a year ago. Then I started working here as a librarian, January this year. It's a very nice position that I enjoy. The community, the people around this area, they must have the access to education. You know, the education must be nearer to them. They mustn't just travel for a long distance just to look for a magazine, for a newspaper. Because if you can see, this is one of the poorest community that you can see is still informal settlement. Most people here are still unemployed, you know. So to have a library is a bargain to them because we've got everything, the internet for the youth, the newspapers, you know, everything. So it really helped this community.
Yeah, like now people they are getting informed, and then people the government is involving people. Those days people they are not involved in the government, you know. And then I can't speak with the white man. You might, when those days you want to speak with the white man, you must go to town. But today is easy. They come to us, and then us we go to them.
You know, it ended in, let me say, we always quote 1994. We will always quote 94. We will always say before and after 94. You know, before 94, it was tense in this country. You know, the black people were not very free to do whatever they wanted to do. And the impact that the end of apartheid had in education was that in 1976, when the student uprising in Soweto, people revolted against the use of Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. And secondly, we also wanted, I was a student by then, we also wanted equal education, okay? Because you'll recall there was different departments for different people, you know, for the black people, for the Indians, for the colored community, and so on. There were different education departments. So the impact that it had was to form one. Well, opportunities are such that our black folks, our children, you know, are now able to advance even better studies. They get better jobs now, and but you know, there's still some hiccups here and there, and the challenges that they have as children, you know, as the youth, is that they need to upgrade themselves to be on par with the so-called white people, you know, and that is a big challenge. It's a big challenge.
There is just a small paradigm shift. They are not so much, you know, different, but the fact is that in the past, because I'm one of the product of the past, you know, we've been the sort of a stereotype, you know, but now the youth of today, they've got these privileges of open-minded, you know. That's why they're saying in education they need the involvement, the critical thinking of a child. Today, in the past, we just need to cram or, you know, a book or a phrase, but now we need the critical thinking. So it is good. The new system is very good because each and every child or anyone have an ability, or, you know, of doing this, of not doing that. Unlike in the past where we are forced to be, you know, maybe teachers or nurses or one profession. But today, you know, this new education give broad. It opened many doors for this youth.
Never give up. Never give up. Stay strong. Yoni kumbula ni sejo wana. Seno fifana. Man Ngizana ndibethwa ngumvandedo ndizivalele phakume rumini ndisive ndicula bawonde nzani na ingaba lameva ndihlaba yozi iziphondo zam zokuzalwa ngashwa ezisetyenziswa zingalilelanga kuhlawulwa lena impilo ngonahlalwa ngumntu othi onekhaya kubeqaleni ekhayeni indawo nozinzo nothando olukhulisayo okholelayo nophino silelayo kwezimeko zempumelelo wena ukwazi noma umsimelelo kwazi amaphansi sakuphi intsikelelo
usukuyabenzela ufuna unyanyezelwa nendiba ifindwa ngumbokoyo lembe nyamezela ungomu into enzima usukuyalezela nembila yafela umfela wayo
never give up nyamezela ukubhala lengoma andiphindisi isigxiba ndiba ndivala isiziba soxaba msentlupheko songabe nakhaya namuntu mnyomonosela
usukuyalezela usukunikezela aloku into enzima nyamezela
stay true.
Would you choose to work in a township like Mamelodi, or you want to go outside, like to a probably more affluent community?
No, in the affluent communities, there are like different problems from like township problems. Like township, it's more of poverty, and you see the realities, unlike in the affluent suburbs. So, if you really want to make a difference, it's more in the townships.
According to my view, teachers are very dedicated. I think that they come to school every day, very strenuous conditions, but they are very committed to their work. They are very dedicated, I can tell.
Our business at school, it's education. But education without solving, the social problems that the learners have and the parents have, you'll go nowhere. You see, otherwise you'll have a lot of dropouts and you will not succeed. You need a child in totality when he comes to school, because how can you teach a hungry child? How can you teach a sick child? How can you teach a child that is emotionally, affected by something at home? It's difficult. See? So hence it is important that we need to have partnerships with people outside the school.
More than having people to come and dump money and go, that's not enough. We don't need that. What we need people to come and invest in terms of their knowledge, to come and invest in terms of their skills, to come and invest in terms of their time, and make the difference to around the school, so that in that way we could build a long-lasting and for life, partnership with all our stakeholders. You have to understand some of the challenges that we have as a school is the issue of HIV/AIDS. Believe me or not, besides the education department playing a role, the University of Pretoria came up big time with a program where capacity building was done to teachers and the parents and the community at large on how exactly to teach and be able, to transfer knowledge to a learner who's sick. And therefore, believe me or not, those are partnerships that we have built around the years that makes a difference around the school.
There's our parents who are working voluntarily. They are cleaning the classes, so we give them food once a month, every month.
Education will be meaningless to us and to the learners without the actual involvement of the parents. The parents are involved in one way or the other. Firstly, we have parents who have to now and then be supportive in terms of their curricular needs of the school, making sure that they do attend, the meetings when we call them, and believe me or not, they attend in numbers. Secondly, we have a group of parents that takes care and makes sure that the school is neat and clean daily. This group of parents, there are 27. They will come to school daily after learners have left. They will make sure that the classrooms are swept. They will make sure that the windows are cleaned. They will make sure that the floors are scrubbed and polished, so that come the next following day, these learners come into classrooms that are clean. But very importantly, one has to indicate that nobody's paying these learners. That begins to tell you that this is the partnership that we have with the community, we have with the parents, that they have to be supportive in one way or the other, because the school could not afford to come up with people or a cleaning company that will have to come and maintain the cleanliness. However, we do have parents that are committed, that truly they are the partners of the school and they are there to support us and nothing else.
The passion of teaching, the passion of that contact with the little ones. Even if we don't get enough, can I say salary, but having the passion of this profession, that gives us the motivation to come to work.
We are in that era of technology, We're in that era now. And it's important because a lot of, let me start with the educators, a lot of them are not computer literate. And therefore it is important to have it at school. And it is important again to have someone amongst the educators who is computer literate, who can teach the rest of the staff. And in turn, the staff will then teach the learners.
On Saturdays, right, we are running classes here to educate teachers, basically computer literacy. Because there is that need. I mean, if you want to compile marks, exam marks or whatever for your class, you need to use some sort of spreadsheet. I mean, doing it manually takes you hours, But with a computer, obviously you do it easier and quicker.
As I speak to you now, in terms of the school developmental plan, one of the major needs of the school was, of course, the school library. We are happy that as we speak to you now, we are in a position, we are in a process to build a library. And thanks to the Mamelodi Trust Fund and, for making funds available. And we are happy to tell you that in the next few weeks, the school, of course, will be having what we call a school library.
Our program will not be long because after this program, there's a lot of work to be done.
How have you seen this organization grow over the last few years?
It has grown.
I see one day they will build a big library somewhere in the area to be one of the biggest libraries in Mamelodi.
We want to see a multi-story building, which is going to house most of these talents which exist in Mamelodi, be they musicians, be they visual artists, be they literature artists, poets, dramatists, and so forth.
Now, you don't have to stand straight. You have to go that way.
is Jacob Skosana, and I'm the village director of SOS Mamelodi. My main responsibilities, sorry, just cut it off. Just stop it, please.
Oh my God! No, we need to get this.
Everyone calls me Mama Peggy here.
Why do they call you Mama Peggy?
I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a mama or because of the passion that I have for people. I don't know. I'm not the one who started it.
Who started?
I don't know. I just heard them calling me Mama Peggy, and it went on. Now my name is Mama Peggy.
The people of Mamelodi are great. More especially the small businesses around Mamelodi, the small business people around Mamelodi. I'm not talking business, the small, big business who looking at a turnover of more than R1 million a year. I'm looking at very, very informal and small businesses who are struggling on day-to-day basis. I really respect those people, and I really respect this community because they have just so much.
No, I see changes because of, if you look at this area, we have this called RDP houses, and then coming to education, you see they are building schools around the squatter camps, and then like our city of Swat, they're trying to take libraries to come in those squatter camps. Yeah, those are changes that are happening.
Together, we can do so much difference. That's my motto, never give up. Don't go into fight, but if a fight comes to you, don't get out of it.
Mamelodi Gardens. I was a teacher and I left teaching in 1999. I resigned because I felt the passion to work with people after doing an honors degree in education. One of the courses was counseling. Then I started counseling school children because those who had learning problems. And then I felt that I need to see their parents because all the problems that they have emanate from home. So we sat down with the pastor and decided that we should have a counseling center. Was built, and then some schools brought the children to me, and then the ball started rolling. At first we did general counseling, domestic violence, abuse, rape and others, and then now we added VCT, which is voluntary counseling and testing. And then we started now going to the homes, seeing the people who are sick, giving them support and care. And then later on we realized Pastor had this vision that we should support these people by having them together somewhere, caring for them and giving them holistic care. Because we are Christians, we need to pray for them also. We trust God more than anything. So the counseling center gave birth to the VCT site, and the VCT site gave birth to the hospice. And now we have a hospice. I don't know what's coming next. But here in the hospice, we keep people who are infected to help them take their medication so that they do not default the medication, because it becomes a problem when they default, and for them also to have good nutrition, because we get supplies from Woolworths, vegetables, and they are able to have a balanced diet.
Still going for counseling?
Yeah.
You can't get my result.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No.
Because they're not sure of what's going to happen.
It's the first time here.
So did you ever have a time where somebody came in and then they tell you that they've heard all this stuff about what goes on in counseling and they don't want to go through that, they just want to get tested? Even if they have had counseling somewhere else, but we still want to counsel them here to make sure that they do understand what they mean. Because the person might say, I've been cancelled. You don't know, you're not sure of that. She hasn't got any paper to prove that he has been cancelled. So we've got to make sure that the client is cancelled. I'm used to saying patient because I'm a sister. So we've got to make sure that that person has been cancelled. You take the responsibility. Say now that a client of yours is positive. She gets such a shock and she's so depressed and she falls down and she collapses. You take the responsibility because you are not the person who cancelled that one. So without cancelling, I won't be tested? No.
What, then what?
You've got to be cancelled.
No, I don't want to be cancelled.
You don't want to be
but
cancelled?
I want to be tested.
Oh, that becomes a problem to me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Say now I test you and you are positive and you do not expect to be positive and you faint or you collapse, what am I going to do?
So, but you've never had an occurrence where somebody didn't want to be cancelled?
No, we've never come across a client of that nature. Mama Peggy is the one who will do the counseling.
Okay.
Yeah, she wants to know if you know anything about HIV, if you have been cancelled before, do you understand why you have to be tested, do you understand why you are being cancelled, things like that. And how are you going to feel about the results? She explains to you there is negative and there's positive. If you are negative, then it means you are fine. But if you are positive, how are you going to take it?
The big challenge currently is the HIV and AIDS epidemic. And as much as we are addressing it as an association, but it cannot be done by one association, it cannot be done by one governmental organization. It is a national problem. You need a comprehensive and a collective effort to address that. I think around Mamelodi we are winning the fight because we have got a very good network around the like-minded organization working in the community of Mamelodi. Within these premises, we've got an organization called Love Life, although it's a government-initiated company, but really it's more about dealing with the sexuality issues, dealing with HIV, and AIDS awareness, and the campaign is working. Even our youth are benefiting from that. The youth around the community of Mamelodi are benefiting from those campaigns. So it's really about a comprehensive and a collective efforts. That's enemy number one, the HIV and AIDS epidemic. As much as we are addressing it, there's still a lot to be done. There's still a lot of mindset change to be done.
We are doing our best to make churches understand that people who are HIV positive need not be stigmatized, because many people stigmatize them and call them names. But as a church, I think we should take a different stance. Just because people get HIV from one of the things that causes HIV, a person to be infected is sexual contact with an infected person. But not everybody who's HIV positive got it that way. There are some things that we don't know about HIV. We don't know when a person was infected. We don't know how the person was infected. Maybe it's not even through sex, it's touching infected blood. But then some churches stigmatize those people and reject them. Now we would like the churches to learn that people who are HIV positive are infected and they need support. It's like having high blood pressure. We don't care when and how they got it. The thing is, at that time, they need to be supported. Because HIV does not kill. You are killed by the opportunistic infections that you get from being weakened, from an immune system being weakened. And stress eats up the immune system. The virus eats up the immune system. Now, if they are stigmatized and rejected, they will die. Because they'll have two things killing them. They will easily get the opportunistic infections. Now we want churches to understand that they need our support, they need our care, they need our prayers. And schools, we would like to be involved in schools also, be able to go to schools, teach about HIV and AIDS. And unfortunately, I haven't been to many schools, but I've gone to others where I'm called when they celebrate our awareness programs. They call me to come and speak. I do go to schools to speak about HIV and AIDS. And the community knows that charity and faith, you're welcome when you are HIV positive. Nobody will stigmatize you.
And our vision as Charity and Faith and Bopilong Community Center is to replicate this model, what God is doing here, to see how we could be a blessing. In fact, this year our church is helping 4 churches to put their buildings, which we don't have relationship with, we just know them. And God is blessing our church, and we need to be a blessing. And so, who knows what might happen? And so, thank you for coming, and may the Lord bless you. I love you. Would you please give them my hand of welcome once again?
I'm Avril Elkington. I'm the chairperson of the Baraka Foundation, and I'm originally from Zimbabwe. Came to South Africa in 1981, and at present I live in Pretoria, Pretoria East, which is about 15 kilometers from Mamelodi.
Why did you get involved with the Baraka Foundation?
Basically what happened in terms of the Baraka Foundation was, just to tell you plainly, is that I had a vision. I woke up one morning at 2 o'clock and I had a picture in my mind, and the picture was basically of a piece of ground with a fence around it and a building on it, and it had a whole lot of children. And for 3 months ongoing I had this picture every morning at 2 o'clock, and that's basically how the Baraka Foundation was born. vision is to uplift needy people, and it's a very broad vision, and it was specifically made like that so that we wouldn't be kept to just one thing. We wanted to say that if we see needy people in Mamelodi, because we have made Mamelodi our geographical location of where we want to work, and basically we have looked to see where we can uplift needy people, whether it be adults or whether it be children or whatever. It doesn't really matter whether they're orphans or not, whether they're employed or not. We are here to uplift people who have a need. The staff that work with me at the Baraka Foundation are, I have Sophie, who's the manager, Sophie Mashekhu. She's been working with me for 9 years at Baraka. She has managed a lot of the projects on the way. She now manages the rest of the volunteer staff that we have working here. The other volunteers, Josephine Klobatler, she works with us in the after school. She does a lot of the literacy. She also does a lot of the helping out with the craft work. Glenton Magalela is a paid employee. He's our caretaker, so he takes care of the property and everything that happens with the property. Then I have Matsepe and Evelina. They are our cooks. They do all the cooking to make sure that the children get a good meal at lunchtime. We also have Henriette, who manages the daycare centre, and she has 3 volunteers that help her there.
Listen up.
What year are you on? What grade are you in?
Grade 7.
Grade 5.
Grade 6. Grade 4.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Huh?
Oh, what?
NS. Natural Science. Maths.
English.
Maths.
Louder.
Maths.
That's why I choose to be with this organization, just because I've experienced a lot from my childhood. So I don't want other kids to grow like me, you see. Knowing where his father is and knowing where his mother is. You see, that's why I like to be in this organization, more especially with the kids, just because. And for now, I've got 2 daughters. I've got the one, she's 5 years, the other one, she's 3 months now. So I don't want my children to grow like me, you see. So I want them to have a better life than me.
Yeah. Growing up through apartheid, Dad never told us the horrors, how often his mom cried. I think the brutal past forces him to live for today. In a way, it's like he's trying to make a newer past. But in a world where blacks were inferior, one dark man shed light superior. As a youth, my father looked up to him and dreamed one day that he could grow up just like him.
The project I'm most excited about is the opportunity to be able to take children in from the age of 6 or even from 0, and actually to walk a path with them from now until they go into tertiary education. I think it's a great opportunity to be able to take a child in and see how that child has the potential to develop, and how we can, have an influence on helping that person to be able to shape a great life for themselves, a life where they'll be able to be able to make a good contribution in terms of society. And I think that is for me the most exciting, is to be able to work with children and to help them to realize that they can really mean something and they can do something with their lives.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Doctor.
Soldier. Scientist.
Lawyer.
Why do you want to be a doctor?
Because I want to
help people.
Help people who are sick. I want to help people.
I want to help people to go to the Japan.
To go to Japan?
Yeah.
Initially was that I spent the first 2 years building relationship with key people like school principals, counsellors, and other key people in the community. And that's been our strength, I think, is the fact that we're very good at building relationships, and relationships are key to us, because without relationships we can't get into the community. So for us, it's not a case of just going out and doing a project. It's a case of getting to know the people first and getting to know what they want and what they need, and sitting down and talking to them, and from there we go on to see if we can actually meet the need that the community is requesting.
They go from the community out instead of kind of coming into the community and saying, well, I see this problem here, I'm going to fix that. They ask, okay, what you tell me what you need and let me help with that, instead of just deciding what you need. And so, you know, when you watch those kind of people working in the community, you can see how it kind of blossoms and people start hearing about it and start saying, well, let's go talk to Baraka. Maybe they can, you know, help us. Maybe Avril can be able to show us something different that, you know, that we need done. And I think that's where you're going to find the success in Africa, or if you're in South America or in Eastern Europe. I mean, that's when you're going to find those differences. And there are lots of organizations out there that kind of work through the community and not kind of try to set up shop with a whole bunch of Westerners to try to kind of save them, I guess is what they'd say.
Say to people that say, you know, Africans are unable to help themselves, or South Africa can't help itself, or even Mamelodi can't help itself. What would you say to those people?
I may not agree honestly with that particular statement.
And can you tell me what that statement is?
The statement to say that we as people of Mamelodi, of course as South Africans, of course as Africans, that we are unable to assist ourselves.
I think it's breaking some records in this country. It's breaking some records. That the black people can do it for themselves.
Africans can do for themselves. We don't need anybody to give us a chance. As Muslims, we are saying those outside who don't know how to do for themselves, let them come to us. We will show them how are we doing on our own.
Through hard work. Hard work breeds success. If we work together as a team, if we work with everybody, we are quite optimistic that there will be a change. We strongly believe that if we work hard in our classrooms, if we work hard in our schools, if we work hard in our various organizations, truly there will be a difference in whatever we do. And as a community and as a school, we will grow. And whatever we'll do, we will have to achieve. You must understand that every organization, every school, whatever in Mamelodi, we do set up ourselves very high standards, you know, goals or aims and objectives. And believe me or not, that if we don't have to work hard, if we are not going to compromise many things and put up our objectives at the top of our, you know, our daily lives as targets, therefore we're not going to achieve that. But I'm quite excited to tell you that in whatever pattern that we have been trying to push so far, we have managed to achieve what we ever wanted to achieve. And therefore that begins to tell you that we are working as a team. We are united as much as we can, and we are hardworking, and we are focused, and we know exactly what we want.
What is one word you would use to describe the people of Mamelodi?
Oh, must think deep because it's there. Yeah. A vibrant,
optimistic,
interactive.
These people are optimistic. Nothing to them is ever impossible.
And participative.
Great, nice, friendly.
Hardworking.
I can say they are very much powerful, actually. Yeah.
Unpredictable. You can never tell.
Well, the people of Mamelodi are warm and they're hungry for, for progress.
People in Mamelodi are spontaneous. They are alive. Sorry for doing it. But yes, they are alive. There's life. In fact, I would say Pretoria again will be a reflection of South Africa. People have energy, are alive. They want to do things. They want to move on. They want to prosper. They want the economy to grow. They want the community to do better. They want schools to teach better and hospitals to nurse better. I think everyone just wants better and better and better, so that at the end of the day, we are a better country. We are a better individuals and communities.
One word. Abantu bakithi.
And what is that?
And
what is that?
My people of Mamelodi. Yes.
These are the times I redefine love, heavenly divine, especially with you as mine. Now these are the times I redefine love, heavenly divine, especially with you as mine. Ingaba nguwe na londimbona yo, indlela wabangayo, inyusuvalo. Sorry sisi, usankumbula, ixesha limgile, nenzuku ziyadlula, inhliziyo yam, mphefumlo wam, ntombazana ndifuna impendulo yam. These are the times I redefine love, heavenly divine, especially with you as mine. These are the times I redefine love, heavenly divine, especially with you as mine. These are the times I redefine love, heavenly divine, especially with you as mine. These are the times I redefine love, heavenly divine, especially with you as mine. These are the times I redefine love, heavenly divine, especially with you as mine. These are the times I redefine love, heavenly divine, especially with you as mine. These are the times redefine, heavenly divine, especially